Believe it or not, this is one of the most commonly asked questions that I get. How do I know which wine is my wine? How do I know which wine I actually like? So if you ever stood in a wine aisle staring at hundreds of wine bottles, completely overwhelmed and lost, thinking, which wine do I actually like? Then you are not alone, and this video is for you because today I'm going to help you decode your palate, explore different wine styles, and even give you a simple blueprint to discover your personal wine style. So by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to approach wine with confidence, whether you're sipping that wine with friends, maybe you're picking a bottle of wine for dinner, or pouring yourself a glass of wine after a long day. So let's go ahead and jump in. First of all, what a sad world would that be if there was no wine? Quite honestly, I have no intention of stopping drinking wine anytime soon. This is for fun only. Number one thing in decoding your own palate is to forget what you should like, because wine is not about impressing anyone. It's about what your taste buds actually crave. So the first fork in the road here is sweet versus dry, and some wine beginners really prefer that fruit-forward sweetness of Moscato or say Riesling, for example, while others crave that very crisp dryness of Sauvignon Blanc or Pinot Grigio, for example. And none of those is better than the other. It's just your style and what you actually prefer. Then we have acidity and tannins, the unsung heroes of wine. Acidity gives wine that refreshing, mouth-watering zing. So imagine biting into, say, a green apple, for example, or sipping lemonade. And tannins, on the other hand, come from grape skins and oak barrels, so they cause that dry sensation in your mouth, as if when you're drinking very strongly steeped black tea. It's the same sensation. So both of those are textures of wine, and those textures can completely change your perception of wine when you drink it, so pay attention to it. And again, it's just about your personal taste and your taste buds. So ask yourself next time you sip a wine, do you prefer something bright and zesty, or do you like wines that are smooth and velvety? And that's your palate talking right there. So make sure to listen to it. Now we're going to go into something more complex. We're going to dive beyond the simple white versus red wines, and we'll talk about wine styles, because those are like personalities of wine. And once you know those main personalities of wine, it will be so much easier for you to pick that bottle at a store or a restaurant. So here are the main ones. First, we have light and fruity. Think crisp white wines like Pinot Grigio or some juicy reds like Beaujolais Nouveau. Those are perfect for summer afternoons or maybe light meals. Then we have bold and rich. So here we find powerhouse wines like oak Chardonnay, maybe full-bodied Cabernet Sauvignon. These wines coat your palate and pair beautifully with hearty dishes like steak or roasted chicken. And then the third one is sparkling wines and rosé. We'll group those two together. So these are your versatile friends. Sparkling wine isn't just for celebration. It's incredible with salty snacks, sushi, or even fried chicken. And rosé, that's your all-season, easy drinking option that pairs with almost anything. So when in doubt, and when you're completely lost, or say you don't know what to bring to a party when you come to one with a bottle of wine, definitely grab either sparkling or rosé, because those are super friendly and you can almost never go wrong with those. Now let's talk about aroma or aromas of wine, or the most fun about wine tasting in my personal opinion. So go ahead and pour yourself a glass of wine, close your eyes for a second, take a very deep sniff of that wine, and all of a sudden you go on this aromatic adventure. So here are the main aromas that you need to know in order to decode that palate and find out which wines do you actually like. Number one are fruity notes. These can range from citrus zest in a Sauvignon Blanc to say peach in a Riesling, and maybe even dark berry jam in a Syrah wine. Then earthy and savory aromas. So some wines give you that mushroom, leather, or even smoky campfire vibes. These are flavors that add depth and complexity to our wines, and they of course are mostly, if not exclusively, met in red wines. And then last but not least are oaky whispers. I call them the vanilla, the toast toasty aromas, baking spices. So all of those come from oak barrels. So if you love that cozy, spicy vibe, maybe oaked wines might be your jam. And the main thing to remember here is that there isn't really a wrong way in describing what you smell in a wine. And here's why. I've always been advocating for people to use their own language, their own descriptors when describing the smell of wine specifically, or even the taste of wine for that matter. I believe in that because I think that smelling wine is like listening to music. It brings you memories from the past. And because of that, wine is so personal to every single person. So don't be afraid to describe wine with your own words, because your memories that aroma of wine will bring are your own memories. So your description of a wine that you like will sound very different as well. Don't be afraid. Definitely get experimental and taste more wines and describe more aromas in order to practice it and get more experienced. Now let's talk about one of the best parts about wine: food pairing. And it's my favorite part about drinking wine personally, so I love talking about it. And I have two extremely simple approaches for you to remember that will absolutely help you next time you are in doubt which wine to pick at a restaurant with your meal, or if you're picking a bottle of wine for dinner. So number one is complementary pairings. Think creamy pasta with a buttery Chardonnay, or a juicy burger with a full-bodied Malbec. So everything feels harmonious and kind of goes hand in hand. And the other one is contrasting pairings. So here is where it gets really fun. Sparkling wine with salty popcorn, why not? Sweet Riesling with spicy Thai food, yep. Opposites attract and the flavors really pop. So either complementary or contrasting. Remember that next time you're picking wine to go with your meal. Now, if you're picking a wine for, say, a simple everyday meal, things don't have to be complicated here. Remember that if you're having a pizza night, you can always pick up a bottle of Chianti because it goes well with anything tomato and tomato sauce. Easy peasy. And if you're having a taco night, again, don't overthink. Go for a Sauvignon Blanc or a rosé. Easy choice, will go very well with taco meats. If you're having, say, grilled chicken or a salmon dish, then don't overthink. Grab yourself a bottle of Pinot Noir, chill it in the fridge a little bit, and enjoy your meal with food. And most importantly, I beg you, please remember that food and wine are meant to be fun and complementing each other. They're not there to stress you out or to make you feel overwhelmed. They're there to bring you more joy in life and enhance the meal by the glass of wine that you're drinking as well. So have fun and experiment. Honestly, try different foods with different wines and pick what works best for you. Now, to wrap things up in this video, let's take a look at how do you actually find your own wine style. And here's where I'm going to give you that promised, very simple 3-step blueprint on how to do it. Number one, try the Try 3 challenge, I call it. So each month, pick 3 wines you've never tried before. Maybe it's a Spanish Grenache, a New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc, or say an Oregon Pinot Noir. Try something new every month. Number 2, journal your discoveries. May seem like an extra step, but write down what you liked, and even more importantly so, what you didn't like. Was it fruity? Was it too tannic for you? Did it make your mouth water? That really becomes your personal wine map, super important. And last but definitely not least, number 3, don't be afraid to ask. Sommeliers, wine shop staff, even a friend who's a total wine geek, they will love to help you. The more you share your preferences and the more questions that you ask from others, the more recommendations you'll get, and eventually you will find your own wine style. If you take anything away from this video, just let it be that your wine style is unique to you. So forget about what you should like, forget about the rules, and trust your taste buds and keep experimenting. I always advocate for people finding their own voice when talking about wine, and most importantly, people enjoy wine. So don't just drink something that others say you should be drinking or something that they think tastes good. Try it for yourself, and don't be afraid to say no. That was not mine. I didn't quite like it, and move on to something else that's better. Remember that life is way too short to drink bad wine, so don't do that. If you found this video interesting or helpful, please make sure to give it a like. And if you want to see more videos coming your way on a weekly basis, then subscribe to my channel. Super simple. My Instagram gives you a little glimpse into my personal life on top of wine content, so make sure to follow me there as well. Stay curious, stay sipping, and until next time, cheers everyone.